Hello, my name is Rebecca Ricks, and I'm here with the Homeschool Connection. And of course, I have my mid-morning, well, I guess it's afternoon now, cup of coffee. And yep, it's pretty good. So we're going to do our 5-minute teaching tip, and today we're going to be talking about should current events be included? Why or why shouldn't we have them in our curriculum? So I'm setting my handy dandy timer here for 5 minutes, because if there's something I love more than talking about math, it's talking about history. It's one of my passions. So should current events be included? Yes, they should. And I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I think that we should have them. First of all, history always repeats itself. It does. My favorite example of history repeating itself is people invading Russia. So Napoleon tried to invade Russia, and of course he made the fatal mistake of invading in the fall when winter was coming, and he was defeated not by the Russian soldiers, but by the winter, because a lot of the soldiers died from that. They froze. It was so cold that they couldn't do it in the middle of winter. And of course, you know who repeated that? Well, Hitler did. And that changed the course of history. He tried to attack Russia in the fall. And again, thousands of his soldiers died from the horrible cold. So history always repeats itself. I love to say that as we're going through, and kind of now we can even see it even more in our local times. Another great reason, number 2, would be because it really prepares students for the real world, letting them know what's going on, letting them know what's going on in our county, our city, our state, our country, the world. These are all important things, and kids that are a little bit of aware what's going on with it. And that kind of leads into step number 3, and that would be because we can help develop a worldview. So really, current events should also lead into discussions. Is this good? Why is this good? Why is it bad? Why do we agree with it? What should we do different? What would you have done if you were a ruler? What would you do different? Really developing that worldview. So students usually hear what we're talking about as far as current events, politics, anything. But sometimes we don't actually take the time to sit down and say why this was right, why this is wrong, why we thought it was right or wrong, what's our perspective on it. And so that's really, really important to talk to your students, to have those discussions about things that are going on in the world right now. And you know what? If a child has a different opinion than yours, explain why your opinion is different. Can they explain it? The 4th reason I think that we should have current events is because it builds character traits. Such as empathy, compassion, teaches them about being responsible citizens, and curiosity about the world. You know, we were talking the other day, I was talking with another teacher, and we were talking about geography, like should we have geography curriculum specific or not? You know what, geography's completely changed. I spent hours of my life as a middle schooler memorizing Africa, and those countries are no more. I mean, when I was before my time, I mean, we still had East and West Germany, and Russia was one huge country before it had broken down. So the world map is always constantly changing. So I like current events. Half the time when something comes up, where's that country? It helps us Google. It includes that curiosity and that self-study for students. Where is this country at? What is going on there? Oh, and then it can lead to other things and discussions. And the last kind of reason I had down was that it is project-based learning. Really, you can read it, that research, that project-based learning of something that they might be interested in, a part of the country they might be interested in, or just something at all. It really gives them a project. So I really encourage to put a project with it. Find a current event, write down why is this important to you. Let the student explain why it is important, why we need to know that, why they would want to share it. And there are tons of fun, great ideas for how to do current events. I've seen some where the kids do videos, that they're the reporter reporting on an event, explaining why it would be important to them, how it's impacting us right now. So those are just a few quick ways. Again, really, really encourage you to do that. guide your students in what kind of current event you're looking for. It doesn't always have to be political. And I saw a really cool idea the other day that a teacher was doing different parts of the world. So what's a current event going on in Australia? What's something current going on in China? What's something current going on in Europe? So that way we can kind of also put in that geography, including a whole curriculum with our current events. So yes, I do feel like they're very, very important because history will always repeat itself. It's fun to study that and see how a current event might have been something that's already happened in history before. Number two is really preparing them for the real world by getting to know what's going on in the world around us, being aware of that, helping to develop a world view. What is your view of the world? What could be done better or not done? Oh, there's my timer. Number four, character traits. Really emphasize that empathy and compassion for our people in other countries. Being a responsible citizen, helping us to vote, different things, and that curiosity of the world is important. And the fifth is because it's a really great, easy way to bring in project-based learning, which is so important. Learning from something different than books. Or things like, or a lecture. So those are some reasons that I love current events. I love to talk about them with students and take the time to discuss with them. Now, really quickly, if you liked our video, like our content, we're going to continue to do some 5-minute teaching tips or little educational helps here. And if you do follow us on Instagram, we're also on YouTube. And don't forget, our classes are enrolling right now, so you can go to www.thehomeschoolconnection.net and visit us there. So hope you have a great day. Finish enjoying your cup of coffee if you're doing one. And don't forget, you are not alone. We are here to help.